number 122 in the Imprint range from 1974, and directed by Frank Perry, who did The Swimmer or Diary of a Mad Housewife and many more fantastic movies, comes Man on a Swing. Wow, what a movie. What an absolute fantastic movie. This one just grabs you from the beginning and it shakes you. It doesn't let go until the end of the film. Cliff Robertson plays Lee, a detective who's called in at the start of this one when a young woman is discovered dead in her car in a parking lot. Obvious foul play, and this opening sequence is phenomenal. We follow Lee as he rushes towards the crime scene. It's almost like Naked Gun, where the camera is strapped to the police car. It's zooming towards there, interspersed with Lee talking within the car. We get to him investigating the murder. As we talk about the victim and her final movements, it's intercut with actual footage, and we get to see and identify with that young woman before she is abducted and murdered. And we kind of follow Cliff Robertson as Lee, who gives a wonderful performance as he investigates this murder.
Can you tell me about today, Ellen?
I was on my way home from work. It was about an hour ago. I'd say the time was around 4 o'clock.
As he just, procedural, works through the facts, trying to figure stuff out. Unfortunately, what he's hitting is mostly dead ends. Until one moment he gets a phone call from Franklin, played by Joel Grey, who proclaims to be a clairvoyant and knows a hell of a lot about what has been going on in this case. And then we have a kind of change in pace, because we have Robinson as Lee just investigating Franklin, trying to figure out, does he know more than he should because he's been involved with this? Does he know stuff because he's a clairvoyant?
I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. It's procedure in a murder case.
Of course. I'm so sorry. Please.
Times are desperate. He's taking his eye off the ball with the actual investigation and starts to lead into the life of Franklin. And we get to see Franklin, who's a rather waif, diminutive man, who's really larger than life. When he's doing his psychic thing, he's big and he's brash and he's unusual and flummoxing all over the place and just wild-eyed crazy almost. And he starts to infect Lee's life, coming to his house, kind of terrorising his family. Lee starts to get anonymous phone calls. Strange people were chapping his door at night and he doesn't know who. And it becomes a kind of atmospheric thriller of, is Franklin behind this? Is he actually helping? Is Lee losing his sanity by trying to figure out what the hell is going on here?
Lee, be careful!
It plays like such a terrific mind warp of a movie that is so phenomenal, and you get absolutely pitch perfect performances from Cliff Robertson and from Joel Grey. And it's basically, lots of great supporting actors, but these two men carry the movie and really deliver on that ambiguity which the film delivers come the end of it. There's certain moments where Cliff Robertson is just listening to Joel Grey talk, and as the camera lingers on his face, you can see the cogs turning behind his eyes, working things out, weighing up this man. And it takes real talent to kind of portray that without saying a single word. Joel Grey has to confuse, bamboozle, be larger than life, be solemn and introvert. He has all these wild, showy moments, but Cliff Robertson really just nails that police detective nailing the facts. The movie, which I won't go through too much of because I just think it's utterly wonderful, leaves you on an almost ambiguous ending of sorts. There are conclusions, there are wrap-ups, but there's a little bit of things at the end of it, which I really did like, because it almost giving the answers would take away from the mystery of the movie a little bit.
You look exactly like I pictured you.
I want to watch this again and delve into the, is he? Is he not? Was he part of the murder? Was he not? Is he helping or is he hindering what's going on? And I like that interplay, and I like the idea of the conversations that's going to come from this. Being able to talk to film friends like, what do you think? What do you think that meant? What do you think that meant in the big picture? Do you think he was this or that? Or, you know, just, I love these kind of conversations, and sometimes a movie can be more memorable because of its lack of positive, definitive answers. I don't want to give too much away.
That there's one person who knows who the murderer is. The victim. Why don't we all go to a seance and let Margaret Dawson tell us who did it?
I utterly adored Man on a Swing. It sounded like something that was right up my street, and I loved it. Phenomenal, phenomenal movie. Highly recommended. I would love to know your thoughts if you've seen it. Let me know in the comment box your thoughts on this one. Let's talk about some of the things that transpire in the final third of this one. Of course, there's more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. And remember, you can click the link in the description box and become a member of this channel, or a Patreon, which is fantastic. You help support and keep this thing running. And remember to, what is it YouTubers say? Smack that like button, headbutt it, beat it up, destroy that like button, because it will help me, my channel, this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.